Welcome to the Checked Out Podcast, the official podcast of the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library. I'm your host, Jessica Renato, and I'm here today with Clarity Amrein, Community Content Coordinator, and David Sider, Civic Engagement Coordinator, to talk about all things Pride Month. So thank you both for being here today.
Hello, thank you for having us. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride,
Yay.
Great to be here.
Lots of fun things to talk about today, but before we get into all that, we'd like to talk about what you're currently reading, watching, and listening to. So Clarity, why don't you kick us off?
Yes, I'm super excited to tell you about what I'm reading right now. I just went to the Radical Fashion exhibit at the Cincinnati Art Museum, and it was amazing. You have to go check it out. And I was really interested in Elizabeth Hawes, the fashion designer who is being shown in that collection. And she wrote this book called Fashion is Spinach.
That's such a great title.
It's so funny. It's a really witty, dry critique of the fashion industry. It was written in 1938. So I used Search Ohio to get a copy of Fashion is Spinach, and I've been loving it. And I'm not a big TV person, but what I am really excited to watch this month is a Cincinnati Fringe Festival show called A Hollywood Horror Story.
Ooh, nice.
That'll be fun.
And what about you, David?
I'm so glad you brought up the Elizabeth Hawes exhibit, Clarity, at the Cincinnati Art Museum. We just got the postcards for that exhibit in this week. Her fashion is astounding and so engaging, and I just wasn't aware of her, and I didn't know about the book Fashion is Spinach, and how can you unsee that or unhear that when you hear that title? So I want to read that too. Jessica knows this, but I'd love to shout out our magazine collection at your public library.
So great.
Just please know that at each and every branch library, there's a curated selection of magazines for checkout, and Downtown Main Library has the comprehensive collection A to Z that is just astounding. So for Pride Month, I want to kind of point out some of the magazines that I've loved and relied on over the years. Out Magazine, of course, and The Advocate. And we have things like Bust and Interview and Interior Design. But a really best kept secret that I want to make sure people are aware of is magazines are available on Libby. So you can read magazines on your e-reader. And if you didn't know, there's an international collection of magazines. So I think we have a little bit of a fashion thread going on here today.
I love that.
Fashion
That's so
thread.
fun.
So on Libby, you can get magazines like British GQ, GQ South Africa, GQ France, Vogue Italia. Just explore Libby in the magazine collection there. It's really, really great. And for TV, I'm a Netflix watcher and kind of a fallback, and some may not think it's the best production of all time, but I love the Halston series because I was a little kid when all that was happening and Halston's fashion was evolving, and every time I go back to that series, I feel a new nuance about that era of time and how fashion evolved at that time.
I love that. I feel like this fashion thread is quite appropriate for Pride Month. Yes. So I absolutely love it. Well, something else that we do here at the Downtown Main Library, and really for all of our branches, is we highlight 3 figures in the queer community for Pride Month who have had an impact on Ohio and Cincinnati to some degree. And you can find all 3 of those figures at chpl.org, and you'll also see them featured in all of our book displays around our 41 branches. I just wanted to take a quick second and give a nod to each of those 3 individuals. Barbara Marie Minnie is an award-winning poet, writer, speaker, teaching artist. And if you go to our website, you can see some of the publications that she has contributed to or created, and read them directly or place a hold on them on our website. Additionally, Saeed Jones, who lives in Columbus, his memoir, How We Fight for Our Lives, won the Kirkus Prize for Nonfiction in 2019. His debut poetry collection, Prelude to a Bruise, was named a 2014 finalist for the National Book Critics Circle Award. Once again, you can place a hold for that book and view it on our website. And finally, Bernice Abbott was an American photographer who was born in Springfield, but later studied sculpture in New York. And she worked as an assistant at Man Ray Studio, and she's known for her portraits of cultural figures of the interwar period and sweeping photos of New York City. So if you are interested in any of those 3 figures and their ties to Ohio and Pride Month specifically, please visit our website, chpl.org, and read more about them. So we talked about some of the people from the community. Let's talk a little bit about Pride events. We've got some that have already happened, some that are coming. So why don't we talk about some of the ones that are ongoing, that have already happened, and tell the community a little bit about them.
Yes. So CHPL has an amazing work group, an LGBTQIA work group of staff members from all across the different branches who love to put on events and support the community. One event that I love every single year, we just had our 5th annual Lemonade on the Lawn. Lemonade on the Lawn is a LGBTQ health resource fair at the Clifton Branch Library. And we have partners like Caracol and Equitas and Women Helping Women, all kinds of amazing partners that set up on the lawn. It's an all ages event with story times, and it's just so much fun. Such good, happy, sunny summer kickoff energy. We'll also be having Jacob Hogue, a local historian and writer. He's going to be doing an author talk and book signing of his new book, Cincinnati Before Stonewall. That's going to be happening in the Story Center on Friday, June 5th. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, we have plenty of other partnerships. David, did you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I really look at Lemonade on the Lawn as legacy now, since we're in our 5th anniversary. The idea originated during the really most challenging times of the pandemic, but that time when people were willing to be outside to socialize, and we thought, the lawn of Clifton Library. And it's been so impactful and so warmly received by the community that I see it as legacy for 5 years, and the demand is still there. We had a great run this year, so we'll continue that. And another legacy thing that we've done, and to be intentional about serving our communities, is our intergenerational work for our queer communities. We welcome minds of all kinds. We welcome all perspectives, ages, and lived experiences. And we have partnered with Caracol a couple of times now for intergenerational community conversations, where we have an opportunity for folks of all ages to listen and hear each other and our experiences, and compare what might have happened 40 years ago with what might happen on social media now. And that's been warmly received by our community members as well. Actually, very soon is the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra Brady Block Party. We love to support and collaborate with the Brady Block parties, which we've done for a few years in the West End and other communities, but we have supported the Pride Brady Block Party for a few years now down at Smell Riverfront Park, where we'll have a library resource table and those great performers in lineup. So watch for us at the Brady Block Party. I think you can kind of see how we really love to be integral in the community and out there to show our support and to show how welcoming our libraries are to our communities.
Absolutely, for minds of all kinds. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Do you need a private space for studying or a meeting? Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library offers free meeting and study rooms for reservation. Available at most library locations. Learn more at chpl.org.
To expand access to STEM-related learning tools and materials, the library has partnered with the Library Foundation and Dean Regas to circulate 15 telescopes for use by library cardholders. Telescopes are available at 15 locations, and each can be checked out for a 7-day loan period. Learn more at chpl.org.
Welcome back to the Checked Out Podcast. I'm here today with Clarity and David, and we are talking about all things Pride Month, which is super fun and exciting. So far, we've covered some of the events that have already happened or that are about to happen as part of Pride Month, but we've got lots of more upcoming events and book clubs to talk about. So, Clarity, why don't you kick us off and let us know about some of those things that are coming up?
Yes, we have a lot to look forward to this month. Our LGBTQIA work group is hard at work. We have monthly book clubs every single month. We have a couple of different ones. So if you're interested in a queer book club, you should definitely come join us any month. This month for Pride, we have our Downtown Queer Book Club. That's going to be on June 10th at 6 p.m. And we are reading Marcia by Tourmaline, which, about the iconic Pride icon, Marsha P. Johnson. We also have a new book club that's happening, the Northside LGBTQIA Book Club. The one for June has already happened, but I think you can get a jump and join in July, and that's going to be July 1st at 6 p.m. We also have a Westside Queer Book Club. David, did you want to mention that?
Love to, Clarity, thanks. The Westside Queer Book Club has really taken off too, thanks to our work team here. We wanted to have easy access and proximity to our different communities, and the Westside Book Club has really grown. The June book is If Beale Street Could Talk by James Baldwin, and as we know, we're so in awe of James Baldwin. So please consider joining us for that. That will be June 22nd, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Westwood Branch Library. And one kind of aspect that I wanted to point out about our book clubs is if you go to our website, chpl.org, and top right, click on the events button and enter a term like queer book club or LGBTQI book club, and you'll get the listing of our book clubs. But a really nice amenity that we provide is a content alert about some of the themes in the book, so you can take an extra step to be sure that book you're most comfortable with or that book is a good read for you. Also, we always say you're not required to read the book, and if you want to come and listen and hear others and share some thoughts too, that's always welcome. And when we're speaking of Westwood, over the past few years, our library work team has developed, in collaboration with the Westwood Branch Library, Pride at the Westwood Second Saturday, which is June 13th this year. Your Public Library resource table has been immensely popular, so we have all kinds of things from buttons and crafts and other resources to connect you with, but just friendly faces in a very welcoming, festive atmosphere. So we're very proud about the growth of the Westwood or West Side presence for Pride as well. Clarity, can I kind of toss it over to you for the Pride Parade and Festival? You've been instrumental in organizing that this year.
Yes, I am so excited. This is our 20th year.
20th. I think we lost that.
Our
We really have.
Legacy.
Legacy is the word.
8th, something like that. This is CHPL walking in the Cincinnati Pride Parade. That's going to be Saturday, June 27th. And we're also going to be at the festival. We'll be doing the same thing. We'll have our button making station. If you want to come make some buttons, we'll have lots of great library swag, information about our book clubs, other resources if you're interested. And the Pride Festival is just always the most fun. It's the greatest way to connect with the LGBTQ community in Cincinnati. So much fun.
And if I could take that moment to reflect, we're using the word legacy a lot. I really believe I've on my own and with the library have been part of the Pride Festivals for years now, and I've literally seen it grown. I mean, to outrageous proportions. I think we all know how large the parade is now and how inclusive it is. But a favorite memory each and every year is people start cheering when they see our library vehicle and our library staff, our library banners and flags. And they literally shout out, "We love you, we love the library." Another chant is books, 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 books. So I think that's kind of a nice way to round out this great podcast today. So we're really grateful to share out all these wonderful, impactful efforts of your public library for Pride.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take one more quick break, and then we will be right back.
Visit your favorite arts, cultural, and recreational attractions in Hamilton County for free with a Discovery Pass. With your library card, you can reserve a Discovery Pass for 15 local attractions, including the Cincinnati Museum Center and American Sign Museum. Learn more at chpl.org.
Did you know the library offers free printing? Print up to $5 of documents every day for free. That's 20 color pages or 33 black and white pages. Additional pages are only 15 cents a page for black and white or 25 cents a page for color. Learn more at chpl.org.
Welcome back to the Checked Out Podcast. I'm here today with Clarity and David, and we have been talking all things Pride Month, events, people, and I think we need to make sure we also talk about some of the services that the library offers as well.
Yes, I'm so proud to work for the Cincinnati Public Library. We do so much for the LGBTQ community. We mentioned our book clubs that we have monthly at different branches. We mentioned all the wonderful events, author talks, tabling engagements that we do. But we also have a really great webpage that is chpl.org/LGBTQIA. And that is a really great webpage that has book lists of media and all kinds of amazing things in our collection for Pride Month and beyond. But also some resources and community organizations that we work with and how you can get in contact with them. We have this really great thing on our webpage called Queer Gabby. And Queer Gabby is an anonymous tool that you can ask questions to, not like an advice column per se, but more like if you're looking for a resource, if you're looking for an LGBTQ resource specifically, and you're a little afraid to ask, this is a really great tool to do it anonymously. So something we love. Check out in-person or digital LGBTQ resources. We have tons of them.
I love that. And in addition to those resources, of course, we have books. So, Clarity, can you recommend some reads for Pride Month? I know I certainly have some. Why don't you let us know?
Yes. We talked last time, and you said nonfiction librarians always have good recommendations.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I'm not a huge fiction person, so I'm so eager to hear your fiction recommendations, or just yours in general. But one of my favorite things to read all the time, every single Pride Month, it makes me so happy. You may be familiar with the author Alison Bechtel. Yes. Alison Bechtel wrote Fun Home, which was a graphic novel and a memoir. She wrote the follow-up, Are You My Mother? But actually, Alison Bechtel's claim to fame was a comic strip that ran in a I think Minneapolis newspaper for a really long time, and it was called Dykes to Watch Out For. And it is so funny. It's political, it's hilarious, it is such a sharp, funny critique on the queer life and queer culture of the time. And spoiler alert, she becomes a librarian later on in this comic strip. So the essential Dykes to Watch Out For is the anthology of the entire comic strip as it ran for, I think, many years. So you must read it. It's so funny. It's a great precursor to Fun Home if you haven't already read that. And Alison Bechtel is just so smart.
And I love the title of it too. You just
So
know
funny.
It's going to be cheeky
When you
take a look at it. Well, as you mentioned, I am totally a fiction person, and a lot of listeners will know that I am a big romance girly. But so I have a whole list of queer romance books that I absolutely love to read this month. I could go on and on, but I will say some of my top ones are The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochrane, The Merriest Misters by Timothy Janofsky, Heated Rivalry, of course, which is the big one right now. So good, though. There's a whole series there. And I'm a big fan of Maisie Eddings. She has one called Late Bloomer that is written for YA, but she also has another queer book coming out this month called You Won't Forget Me. And then one of my all-time favorites is by Sarah Rosh. The first one's called The Nightmare Before Christmas, and the second one is called Go Luck Yourself. But they are written around princes of holiday towns. Kind of think of The Nightmare Before Christmas, but make it gay. So it's those are some great recommendations for you that I highly recommend that you check out and are available through the library in print and audio. So thank you both for being here today. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast to talk about Pride Month.
Yes, thank you, Jessica. It's been a great time.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for listening today. We hope you'll tune in next time for our next episode of Checked Out.
Happy Pride!
Yay! Checked Out is a podcast presented by the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library. It is produced by Paul Wellington, sound engineered by Steve France, hosted by Jessica Renato, and supported by the CHPL brand team, as well as the hundreds of library staff across Cincinnati and Hamilton County. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.